Mr. Martin.
Yeah.
Welcome to Peru.
Thank you. It's
Thank
great
you.
to be here.
Yeah, this is the first time in Peru.
Me, definitely. I think for Christy too. I think we've played Brazil before. I don't think anywhere else. I'm not sure about Chrissy, but I've been just to Sao Paulo and Brasilia before a festival. And this time we did Rio and Porto Alegre.
So, there's so many questions that get to my mind, but actually, when I just get a notice of you, like drummer, was years ago, because I was like any like rock music, pretenders of a band, but I saw a show on TV, Hard Rock, and Hard Rock Cafe was a cable TV, and you play Mr. Children. I like the group, so simple, so straight, so
yeah, it's off the first album,
yes.
and it's just stacks kind of it's really good. And we do it in this show too.
Great, and along the years, knowing so many drummers, it's more complicated to keep 5 minutes one pattern straight that do a lot of things in 1 minute.
I think a lot of the art of playing the drums is less in this music, rock and roll, not more. I mean, it's like guitar solos, you know. How many notes do you want to hear? What you want to hear is the right notes, not a million wrong notes you want to hear. So simplicity is a big part of making a song great, I think. Yeah, keeping it simple. So just, it's all about the groove.
Yeah, it's the groove, yeah. So, because I really want to interview you're not a rhythm section musician, you're a song drummer.
Yeah, people tell me that. I guess I am. I'd never really thought about that. Rather than a rhythm section like Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, great example, fabulous. But I like to support the top line. So I guess, I'm affected very much by the way Chrissy sings. The different, same song, following night, 2 nights running, she'll never sing it exactly the same. She's a proper singer, and I'm very sensitive to that. And so yes, that's right.
Pretenders came on the late 70s, came along with the punk wave. So when you hear Pretenders with all the rest of that, the music, Sex Pistols, Clash, maybe you see an attitude of the drum, the sound of the drum. But actually, you were from another place. You were progressive things. You were playing another style. Yeah,
I started in '67, so I've been through the blues thing and the progressive rock thing, and a little bit of pop stuff. But I wanted good songs. Yeah, the punk thing was really over by 1977. Really. It started in 76, 77, and it was over. So in 78, it was, but for me, I like good songs, something. So Chrissy had some great songs in different timings, Phone Call and Tattered Lip Boys, which for me was great, because then I could work that. So I worked that pretty good, and that's really the point, is trying to make good songs better. That's what each member of the band should try to do, to get that platform, so that the song is, let's put the song up here. That's really it.
I know that you were on sports before music.
Yeah,
maybe that affect your style so strong.
Performance, absolutely. Performance is the key bit. So making an album, there's a lot of performance in making an album, doing the backing track with the band and making it. But nowadays, more than ever, I think it's all about the performance live. Because if you consider what it was like before recorded sound, you had to go and see the orchestra perform these great pieces, and it was a rare occurrence, a lot more rare than seeing music now. Without recordings, it would be your daughter would play it on the piano in the hallway, and you play it on the piano, and that would be the notes of the melody of the orchestra. Then you can maybe go and see Beethoven or somebody conducting, you know, the crazy man conducting the thing. But today, it's really the same thing, only you can record it as well. And then people get to hear it and they love it, and you go to these places and you play it. Right? That's really the bit, is the performance in front of an audience.
The band change.
Yeah.
It's 10 years with different lineups. You came back with the last of the Independence album.
I was on that one.
Yeah. The Pretenders came back with the sound, and then we realized that you were the sound.
Yeah, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Ringo with the Beatles and Charlie with the Stones. It's a group of people that make a noise together, and once you establish that sound, that is it. We lost Jimmy and Pete, my very best friends, and it was very difficult. You know, because of my heart, but for Chrissy, she had a songwriting team with Jimmy, and that was broken. So very difficult times, and I was sacked from the band by Chrissy. But it didn't matter. It had come to a place where it was very difficult for both of us. And then we came back together in the 90s, and so here we are now. But yeah, the personnel is very important to making that sound. And the band we have now, with Nick Wilkinson and James Wilburn and Colin Ellis, the band is as good as it can ever be. It's fabulous. So you never know, we might make another record.
Yeah. So when the first time you came on Pretenders in the studio, you were conscious about how we're gonna play, how it's gonna sound, or you put the hands on the producer?
It was a good move by Chrissy. Chrissy had met Chris Thomas, producer, when she had done some work with Chris Spedding earlier in the 70s, and we contacted Chris Thomas. He loved Chris's ideas for the songs, but I think he loved the band because he knew the band could really give it a sound. He had the idea for the way he wanted it to sound, and we used all sorts of strange tuning on the drum kit. The snare drum was loose, very, harder to play. But he drove us. He got a big whip, and he cracked the whip, and we sweated our way to get that tension for those type of songs that are on that record, that first record, and so it worked very well. But it was great, the first band, because Jimmy and I Pete were from Hereford, so we were very tight. Like a lot of classic bands, the classic bands, were from the same areas, so they were thinking the same, they were on the same wave. And with Chris's material, that was the key, I think.
Before Pretenders, you have a band.
The trio was Karakora, which is the ancient capital with U-M, not A-M. Karakoram was the mountain range. Karakoram was the ancient capital of Genghis Khan, of course it was. It was just, that was very interesting. We recorded, but nothing was released. In the early days of Rockfield Studios, we recorded an album. It was a good band to learn from because with 3 people, it had to work really good. It was interesting music, residential studio, Rockfield Studios. So we learned, I kind of cut my teeth in the studio doing that, and that was great.
You were appealed for progressive music before?
No,
you just do like a learning process?
Yeah, do it. You know, we started off playing blues and Jimi Hendrix songs in a band called the Blues Reunion, and the next lineup was the County Farm Blues Band, and we did more of the same kind of thing. Started to write ourselves, and then by the time Cara Corn came along with a new bass player called Paul Covenant, we had a place to rehearse, so we rehearsed for a long time. We built it up and we went on the road and started to get noticed in 1970, 71, into 72. And that was exciting. We got on some tours with people like Alexis Corner, and we supported, luckily we supported people like Mont the Hoople, even Fleetwood Mac once, all sorts of bands. And yeah, it was a great period, but it came to an end and I got a job as a drummer in a big dance band.
Yeah.
But that was a great learning curve. I was talking to Phil Collins about this because Phil took a big band on the road about 15 years ago, and you've got to learn to lead. There's a lot of musicians. Lead that band. You've got to be strong and lead the band. So that was a year doing that, of earning for a change, earning some money, and which was good. But that's very important to learn different parts of this thing. It was a kind of big ballroom band where people could dance, but it was a good learning curve for me. That was 73. So by 74, Jimmy and I had been friends for a while. He was from a little kid growing up. So Jimmy and I got into a band with Verdon Allen, from the keyboard player from London, called Cheeks, and we were in that band for a while. And then he went, James Sullivan Scott went back to Hereford, and then I got a job with a car, and I found Chrissy and Pete together with Jimmy, and then that was the start of Pretenders. So it worked.
But I didn't mean it. But you mess with a good stall, you gotta pay. Yeah. A good time. It's more than tea, fun and all the tattoos. The target practice in the hall, I wait there. For their numbers to get called out. I found out what the late was over. I got pretty good. Changing tires, upstairs, bone. I shut my mouth off and you told me what that hole.
Well, you use big sizes. Big sizes.
I guess, yeah.
You use high cymbals. You have a kind of workout for that because it's demanding a lot of.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Do it as much as you can.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm 66 years old, but I've done this for 51 years. You have to be fit. It's no good having a poor dietary arrangement. You have to eat well. You have to eat the right amount. Like today, I won't eat that much, but enough. But tomorrow morning, I eat for tomorrow's show. So you have to have the fuel. But you have to be cheap. Because the reason I have high cymbals up here is because when you're a long way away, I would have. It's a journey, you know. It's the journey, and I want to be more instead of just, you know, what we do, you know, just reach, wow, you know, and be bigger. And the songs that demand that sort of thing, it's great when you rock out. But there's a aerial choreography to drumming, unlike a keyboard or a harp or a guitar. There's a journey with a drum, you know. It's not even conscious that you're going to hit that cymbal. You just go, oh, I want that central, you know. It just happens. It's semi-unconscious pretty much. And that journey, when you go there and hit it, that's feel. So you've got more choice if it's close. But if you've got a journey, it's more exciting. It's a totally different thing. I can play close to and get into that, but for performance in front of people, a visual thing, be animated. You know, you got them.
That was not good.
Exciting.
You were so great on stage. Yeah. People like to see you play.
Yes, of course. So it's there's a bit of comedy to it. You have to have a bit of. It's got to be funny, right?
Yeah.
Of course it has. So you know, you enjoy it.
In terms of composition, drumming, you have some pieces that are very interesting. The intro of the middle of the road.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
told me how you came to that intro.
Chris Thomas said, "Do an intro." How long have I got to think about this? No time at all. Go and play it. And I think the key was the count. Blah, 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 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, da, da. So, you know, after messing about a bit, it was natural.
Are you thinking about melody about that? Or just
No, purely something that is easy to recognize for the ear, for the audience, not for the band to be able to come in. Dan, dan, dan. You've got to get it right, you know. And that is fun because now we play around with it, or I do, and you know, Chrissy laughs.
Nice, Mark. He's got a new kit.
What kind of advice you can give to the younger drummers to don't get loose in the way, then don't waste your strength to keep, you know, it's demanding, it's more demanding. People are playing gigs every day. If you are a working drummer, you play all the weeks and you have a family, maybe you have a side job.
That's difficult,
Yes.
to get a family, get it to pay and put food on the table. The trick is to be very, very focused. Not too much of this. This is a glass of wine that I got 2.5 hours ago. And I don't drink it to get drunk. I drink it for the flavors and for the... It looks good. But you've got to be very focused. What is it that you want to do? Do you just want to work a little locally and have a family life as well? And of course, having a family life, it makes it harder. If it's just you, it's easier in some respects. However, I think if I hadn't have had a family, if I hadn't have had my beautiful daughter, my beautiful son, I may not be here. It could be, especially through the 80s, it was pretty hairy, and 90s and so on. But, it's just play as much as you can, but do it for the right reasons. Like I said earlier on, I'm not here to see the sights so much. I'm here to do the gig because lots of people pay hard-earned money to see us play. I want to be as good as I can be. That's
the respect for the audience.
Absolutely. Never be late on stage. Be on time. Be in the lobby when you travel to the airport to go to the next show. Be professional. Otherwise, get a job working in the fields.
What are your role models in music? Drummers, musicians, certain people?
Well, certainly all the great players, the truly great players. I've been lucky enough to meet a few. It's not always a good idea to meet your heroes. Sometimes it's not. I met Ginger Baker once, God bless him. But Buddy Rich, I played with Buddy Rich on stage, and he was phenomenal. I've never known anybody bursting with talent. But I'm very good friends with lots of players now, and drummers and musicians. You meet them along the road, and I think I never knew what John Bonham. I think John Bonham, again, was the perfect guy for Led Zeppelin. Local, knew the mentality of Robert and that sort of, and so there was a good kind of a mix going on in that band when that started in 67, 68, I guess. So, you know,
Maybe Kid Moon?
without a doubt, because he was surprising. I'm sure if Pete Townsend heard me describe Keith Moon as surprising, he would know exactly what I meant. But how about Keith for the Who? Perfect. You know, it's real combinations that make these things happen. My favourite drummers are the ones that don't know what they're doing. It's pure instinct. When it's live, it's just going on. They're not thinking about it. It's just happening. You know, it's not a pre-arranged situation. Like I said about the Pretenders, we do what we do, and it's different every night. So we make it as unique as we can, because that's it. Just that moment. Just that moment. Never to happen again.
Yeah. But at some point in your career, you get into like a formal education, try to improve some your weak points, or you just play.
I think I'd let the music interpret what was needed, and I played what was needed. And if I couldn't play what I thought was needed, I'd practice a bit. But I've never been good at practicing rudiments or sitting. I've never done it. It's not. I'm not that sort of guy. There's lots and lots of guys who can play. Look at Ian Pace from Deep Purple, frighteningly good at all the technique. I don't come from that area. I wish I knew more, but it doesn't seem to be what motivates me. I will learn enough and know enough to be able to project what that sentence means in that song. It's not nice. So do something nasty. Play something nasty. Play something that expresses that feeling. You know, some drummers, they have like a drum fill they can play, and they keep playing that drum fill. Why? I never think about what drum fill I'm going to do, because it's never going to be the same. It's what it is at that moment of that gig. So I've learned enough to be able to do what I think is correct for what I do. So in that way, you could say that it's limited. But I've been doing this 51 years. Like, well, if that's limited, that's pretty good. I'll live with that one. You know, so it's surprising. When I was 15 and I thought I'd still be here, talking to somebody like you in 51 years' time and still playing. Wow. Thank you. Hello. The thing to do is do what you're good at. Find out what you're good at and do it a lot. Do it in front of people. Always work with people that are better than you are. That's a good move. If you're a drummer, you want to work with a bass player, make sure he's the best bass player. Get the best people around you. Not just on the stage, but friends. So be good, be clean, be strong-minded. It's not an easy job. Good luck.